Hello everyone and welcome to the Voluntech Project Toolkit. Today we are going to explore the Trello tool. Let's start with a brief introduction. Trello is a visual tool for project and task management. It allows you to organize the work of teams and individuals, create workflows, collaborate with other members, and track task progress. Okay, so let's see how to use the tool. First, you can search on internet trello.com, and this is the interface of the Trello tool. Here you can sign up to create an account, or if you already have it, you can log in. You can log in with your account, or you can continue with your Google account. Okay, so in Trello you can create different boards with different tasks that you need to organize or manage. So here in create a new board, or here on create, you can create your board. You can decide a board title. So for example, projects, let's say, and you can decide a font, or it can be a solid color, for example. Let's put this one and then create. And once you have created your board, you have here different lists that you can put a different name. For example, let's put project 1, for example. Let's put project 2 and project 3, for example. And in each list, you can create or add cards. The cards are the tasks that you need to complete in this list. For example, in project 1, I have to have meetings. I can add another card to prepare the budget of the project 1, for example, and also to contact okay, and then you can go inside to each card to add more information. So you can add a description, for example, meetings. I have 5 meetings. Okay, and you can add dates, you can add checklists. For example, if you have 5 meetings, you can create a checklist, put in a title, and then put in, for example, meeting 1, meeting 2, meeting 3, and you can check if you have already done the meeting 1, you can check it, for example, then the meeting 2. Okay, so it's a checklist inside the task of meetings. You can add a description and you can add some comments. You can add also a front page to change the color of the task. For example, the meetings would be on green, let's say, and you will see all the tasks that you have created on the list with all the information and colors and description that you have added for each card. Then you can move the cards inside the list, or you can move the cards to other list. And once you have complete a task, you can check it. So you can check it, you can move it, and you can move it also to different lists. What other things we can do? We can share our board with different people, adding here the email address, and we can share with them as a member, so they can also collaborate and also add a list and add tasks and add cards, okay? Or we can share only as observers, okay? So we put here the email address and then we share, or we can share with the link. And that's it. We have created our board, and we can go to the interface, to the general interface, We can create as many boards as we want, okay? So let's repeat the process. So this is the general interface of the tool. Then we can on create a board. Let's choose a solid color. Let's put title, for example, studies. And we create the board. And we can create here the list. Okay, so for example, in this board, I will add to-do list. I will add exams, for example, and I will add subjects, for example. Okay, so to-do list, I have to do math homework, for example. Also the biology experiment, let's say. And I can add more information for math homework. I need to do the math homework on October 10th. And I need to create a checklist for the math homework. Let's put as a title math checklist. And in this checklist for math, for example, prepare the space to study, for example, then study the lessons and to finalize the exercises, for example. Okay, and I have already prepared the space and study the lessons, okay? And I want to change the color of the math homework would be yellow, okay? In biology, I can add a description. For example, I have to do the experiment for the biology class. And I will add also a date, let's say October 16. For biology, let's put green, okay? So as you can see, you will have in this list all the tasks with the information and color that you have decided to each task, okay? And once you have completed the task, you can check it. You can move it, or you can move to another list, okay? Let's see, for example, exams. I have the exam of math. I have the exam of chemistry. And I have the exam of biology, let's say. And let's put some information. I have set the math is the color yellow. And the date of the math exam is on October 22, okay? The chemistry, let's put color blue, and the date of the exam is one. And biology is green, and the date is, for example, this one, okay? So once I have done the biology exam, for example, I check it and I can move it to the top if I want to organize in this way, for example, okay? And this is how Trello works. That's it. In this button, you can go back to the general interface, and that's it. I hope this video tutorial helps you to use this useful tool, and we hope that you enjoy the Voluntech toolkit.